We begin at 7 with breaking news tonight. Several new leads in the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. She, of course, the mother of Savannah Guthrie from the Today Show. She disappeared 6 days ago. Good evening, everyone. I'm Colleen Williams.
And I'm Annabelle Sedano. Nancy Guthrie, as you just heard Colleen say, was last seen on Saturday. But the FBI has been investigating a few ransom notes. And our Robert Kovacik is in Tucson, Arizona. He's following the latest on this search. Robert.
Annabelle and Colleen, we are outside of Nancy Guthrie's home, or as close as we can right now, as evening falls here in Catalina Foothills. That is what the suburbs are called here, just outside of Tucson. And we want to, as we take a look behind us, talk about three major developments that are going on right now in this investigation. Number one, the FBI and investigators are back at the home, and we can confirm they are still there. We just found out moments ago. Now, as you heard on the NBC4 News at 6 o'clock tonight, as you take a look at some of the investigation that has been unfolding over the last few days, we did tell you this evening that investigators were spotted in the backyard tonight. They were looking apparently for something. We don't know exactly what, but was it related to an email received by a local news station here in Tucson today? That would be development 2. A demand received from that station here, again, a local news station, an email sent to them. Was it from the same person or person who spent the first time writing a note that demanded a 5 p.m. deadline yesterday and then a 6 p.m. deadline Monday? Authorities stressed to NBC, law enforcement has not been able to determine the legitimacy of the email received today or of the first ransom note. And again, it is still not verified if that first note with a second deadline for Monday. Colleen and Annabelle, I'm going to ask you guys just to bear with us, to stay with us live here for a second. Our producers are telling us that we want to come back here live. This is another development which I'm going to talk to you about in a second. This is, I believe you're going to see live on NBC4, a flatbed truck. Now, on that flatbed truck is a car. We do not know if this is coming from the driveway of Nancy Guthrie's home. We don't know if it's coming from a neighbor's, but we have been told and asked to look out for it. I'm going to get out of the way. It is really important that we get a shot of this car as it comes. Ladies, follow me as we do it. Lewis, go ahead and turn. And apparently it looked like a Toyota that was on that flatbed truck. There's a Pima County Sheriff following that truck. One more time, Lewis? Subaru. I beg your pardon. It was a Subaru on that truck. What is interesting, Colleen and Annabelle, is as that truck stops now and they try to make their way down this windy road, that Subaru, we were hoping to get a license plate on. The Subaru was turned around, so we could not get a license plate on it. But let's swing by here now and get you caught up. So we are talking about a car that you just saw live on our air that we believe may have come from the driveway of Nancy Guthrie just up the road. So let's just back up, if we will, and catch you caught up on the three major developments. First, investigators back at the home, and as you just saw, they may be taking evidence, that evidence being a Subaru. The second, there is another email, a letter with demands that was sent to a local television news station. Law enforcement can't verify it. They say that they don't even know if there's any legitimacy to either of those notes, if these notes are connected. And that means this note received today connected to a first note received on Monday that said that there was a deadline at 5 p.m. yesterday and another deadline for Bitcoin money at 6 p.m. on coming this Monday. The third development, let's show you that video if we can. This is video shot by NBC4 upon our arrival. This is the Circle K. Circle K relevant because apparently there was a tip that came in to law enforcement that a car or cars, vehicle or vehicles, if you will, possibly involved in the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie made its way at some point to Circle K. This is about a 6-minute drive exactly, ladies, from where I'm standing to that Circle K. And NBC News has learned from Circle K, giving NBC News a statement that law enforcement went there, they cooperated, and they were willing to give law enforcement their surveillance video. If anything came of that, we don't know. So as you come back here, if anything comes of any of the developments I'm telling you right now, we just don't know. All we can tell you is that there are investigators up at Nancy Guthrie's house, according to NBC News and our team here on the ground. And we see right now that a Subaru vehicle, we may know more in the next couple of hours, should know more when we see you on the NBC4 News at 11, if that Subaru is connected to this investigation. I'll leave you with this. Just minutes ago, President Trump on Air Force One says that he is fairly certain that there will be some type of developments being announced in the coming hours, because he says things are happening on the ground here in Tucson. Is he referring to what's going on here now? We just don't know. But for now, we're live here in Tucson. I'm Robert Kovacik. I hope that all made sense to you. If it doesn't, here to help connect the dots.
No, we got it, Robert. 3 new developments today. One, the Subaru that went by. The other, the car that may have been seen at the Circle K. And, of course, that other note that was sent or emailed to a television station in Tucson. Very quickly, before you go, has another press conference or news conference been scheduled here? The last time we heard from the sheriff and the FBI was on Thursday.
This is an excellent point you made, Colleen, because this really is the first day that investigators have gone silent. This is not to say that they're not present. We saw sheriff's deputies out canvassing this neighborhood again today, asking for surveillance video. But from what our people are telling us, that they are really now working on these developments and trying to piece this all together, so hopefully they can find Nancy Guthrie and bring her back safely. But as far as any type of news conference or press conference, we wait to see if that will happen. Probably not tonight, but perhaps tomorrow morning.
All right, Robert Kovacik reporting live for us from Tucson.